You know, there's nothing like being in the green room when you're behind the scenes. It's like where all the magic really happens. But you don't care about me. You really care about the topic this evening. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you're an expert, if you're someone that's out there and you're able to get paid to serve others, well, you're in business. And this evening, we have the person who's going to help you. So I'm going to go right over to Tremaine, and I'm going to ask the question that we love to ask, and they love to hear the answer, I'm sure, which is, who is Tremaine? I know you got his bio, but still, who is Tremaine? And more importantly, what are you up to these days, my man?
I'm Tremain Davis, man, lifelong entrepreneur. Been an entrepreneur since 8th grade. Now I'm just, it's all about teaching others how to be successful in entrepreneurship, especially during the pandemic. Everybody's got a side hustle. Everybody wants to get into business. Everybody has an idea, but sometimes they just don't know how to do it. That's where I come in. Want to empower entrepreneurs to go out and be successful. We need it.
You know, you could have picked a number of topics to talk about this evening. We have a chance to get together and share your expertise with the world. And you're an expert in a lot of different areas. But you said, I want to talk to the entrepreneurs out there. I want to talk to the single mom or the single dad or the married couple out there. Or if you're watching right now, don't worry, I'm going to ask in a minute. Why should you pay attention if you're a dualpreneur? They've worked all day long, and then they come home and they work all evening long working on their business. Some people are speakers, some are authors, some are coaches. Take a moment, if you would, and say why, or talk to the business owners and why they should pay attention. Like, why is this conversation going to be very important to the business owner right now?
Man, this conversation is absolutely necessary for the business owner right now because we need businesses in our community, successful businesses. Your business is going to hire 2 or 3 people in our community. We need jobs. We need people who are empowering our communities. Bringing your products or your services to market is absolutely pivotal for us to be successful, not just as a country, but also in your local community. We need your business to be successful, and that's what I'm here to tell you how to do.
I know you do a lot of things, and there's some people out there might be like, yeah, he's right on, Shay. But I'm curious. I'm just not a techie, okay? And technology is all this new stuff that's going on in the world. Talk really about mindset, right? About belief systems. There's some folks out there might be thinking, I dipped my toes over there before, and gee whiz, it didn't work out, Tremaine. And gosh, I got to learn new technology. I got to do stuff online. Take a moment, and what would you say to the persons out there that's like, I'm just a little fearful. This is going to be outside my comfort zone, Tremaine. What would you say to that person?
Man, absolutely. That's a great question, Che. Man, the first thing I tell any entrepreneur, really anybody, but especially entrepreneurs, is that in order to be successful, the first thing you have to do is change your relationship with fear. You have to change your relationship with fear. Failing is part of the journey. If any entrepreneur that's been successful, only reason they're successful is because they got up one more time than they fell down. I am included. I've started my first business, like I said, over 20 years ago. I've had a journey of a lot of failures, but I also have had a lot of wins too. And I'm here today because I got up every time that I fell down because of something that didn't work out.
Talk about the spirit of collaboration and the importance of collaboration. I mean, you and I are here right now because of Matthew Horn, but talk about entrepreneurs and the power of collaboration and why that's so important, which is why we're here. Matthew, shout out to you, man. Appreciate all that you're doing and connecting and working together and standing in a circle. We appreciate you. Over to you, Tremaine, to talk about the power of collaboration and why that's important.
Man, shout out to Matt Horn, first and foremost, Che. He is the dude. But man, relationships matter, man. Relationships matter. No entrepreneur can get to the finish line by themselves. I don't care how good your product or your service is. I don't care how good you think it is. You cannot get there without a team. You can't get there without support. You can't get there without having a community around you. You have to be able to build relationships with people. You have to be able to service those relationships, cultivate those relationships. And generally, that just means treating people right, sticking to your word. When you say you're going to do something, do it. And you'll find out that people are very open to those kind of relationships with people, are being honest with them, being truthful with them, being authentic with them, and really showing their true colors as they bring business to the forefront. That's how you develop relationships.
We're in the green room. I know we got a show. We got to get going. We're going to get going in just a few seconds here. I'm super excited. I can't wait to get going. But somebody might be wondering, Shay, what is Tremaine's big why? Like, I'm just curious. Before you even get to how great he is and how wonderful he is and all this other business stuff, like, why does Tremaine get up every single day, and why does the man do what he do? Well, I don't know. Let's ask him. Why do you do what you do, man? What's your big why?
Man, absolutely, man. I just have spent so much time in the trenches building businesses. I've started 4 businesses over the years. I've done over $30 million in business. And what I realize is that I wish somebody would have taken the time to tell me the things that I try to tell entrepreneurs today. It would have saved me a lot of headache, a lot of resources, a lot of time, a lot of money, investing my energy into things that were not ultimately successful. I want to cut down on that learning curve so that entrepreneurs can be successful the first time, do things right the first time. So that's what my why is: successful businesses. That's going to empower our communities.
Man, I'm so excited. I can't wait for Tiffany Howard is out there right now, for Greg Simpkins is out there, Erica Lynn, who's out there in Prince George's County as well, and so many folks that are all tuned in right now. Michael, I see you up in New York, New York. So nice. I know they named it twice. I know that's not new, but I love it, man. Thanks for joining, and you as well, Melissa, down there in San Antonio, Texas. Okay, with that being said, we got to get started. We've got a show. We're going to get going in 5. I can't wait. It's my favorite part. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll be right back with Growing Your Business. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower. Our mission is to inspire, and our mission to provide you, that's right, you, the entrepreneur, you the one that's tuning in right now, that's taking time away from your family, that's taking time away from your business, that's taking time away from doing your hobbies or whatever you want to do, to be tuned in right now in this conversation to empower and inspire you, to give you the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And I like to always share, you have 3 visions, I believe. I believe first you have a vision for yourself. There's a certain type of food that you want to eat. I hope it's organic, by the way. There's a certain home that you want to live in that has the air conditioning and the heat. There's a certain car that you want to drive, and it takes resources, which means it takes revenue to make that happen. And then there's a second vision I believe you have. You have a vision for those folks you love the most, the ones you care the most about. I get a chance to visit Mother there. She's 15 minutes down the road, right in Old Town Alexandria, and I get a chance to take her groceries, hang out. She's 73 years old. She can still get around, but how many it takes some money to go to Whole Foods, okay? How many that she used my Amazon card? She likes to order stuff online, and it's connected all these times to my card, okay? But some of you want to send your kids to a school of your choice. It takes some revenue to do that, by the way. Some of you want to write a check for a cause that you believe in. It takes revenue to purchase those resources to make that a reality. And then the third vision I believe you have is you have a vision for the people you were called to serve. And those people out there, they're waiting on you. And I like to always use the story of Noah in the Bible. And you don't have to be a believer, although I am a believer. You don't have to be to get the story. But imagine you're Noah. And think about Noah before he got started. He could have just got a little boat, tossed in his family, put a couple chickens in there, some goat. Maybe some of y'all want some hog. I get it. Put some hog in there. And he would have been just fine. But his vision was bigger. And imagine before he got started on that huge project, imagine there was a knock at the door. And he's like, someone said, "Yo, Noah." They did say yo back in the day, just to let y'all know. "Yo, Noah, there's no hammers in the house." No hammers. We're cool. Someone said, Shorty, over here. They did say Shorty back in the day. Shorty, wait, yo, Shorty, I got to tell you, man, there's no nails either. No hammer, no nails. Rule number one, I don't panic. And imagine someone's yelling all the way in the back, Noah! And they're all the way in the back. And they're waving their hands. And they say, there's no people and there's no wood. Good luck on this mission. And maybe that's you right now. You got the big heart. You got all the expertise. You're trying to get in business, but you don't have the resources. There's no revenue. Your bank account doesn't reflect how good you are. Or you're ready to scale to that next level. Well, you got the one and only Tremaine that showed up for one reason and one reason only, and that's to help you grow your business so you can have the resource you need. What's going on, Tremaine? Welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, man.
Man, happy to be here, Che. Happy to be here, man. Excited about the conversation.
Well, thank you, man. It's an honor and a privilege, a treat and a treasure for everyone that's out there watching. I'm going to address the elephant in the room, okay? Business owners know that they need to generate revenue to stay in business. They need customers to stay in business, but it ain't happening. So I guess my question to you is, what's the biggest or one of the challenges? I'll say one, there's so many. What's one of the challenges out there that is stopping business owners from being successful? Like, they want to be successful. So what's something that's stopping them from doing that?
Oh man, so it's like you said, that's a loaded question. There's so many things that it could go into it depending on what business it is. I like to just keep it basic. Anytime things get too complicated, generally there's something wrong with it. But you got to keep it basic, man. You have to have a very, very, very firm foundation on who your customer is. You got to be able to draw that line of sight between why you do what it is that you do. You have to have a purpose. You have to have a vision. Somewhere that you're going with your business. You have to be able to connect that to the people that you're serving. If you keep those two things at the forefront, trust me, it'll make a huge difference in your business.
Yeah, a huge difference. For those folks that are out there, do me a favor. I'm going to ask them in a moment to share just one business principle that you need to be successful. There's a lot. He'll pick one of them right now. But before he does that, here's what you can do. As you're watching right now, you're tuned in, you can pay this message forward. We believe in the giver's economy. The person that outgives the competition out-earns the competition. The person that outgives the competition out-earns the competition. And here's how you can do that. Hit the share button. And when you hit the share button, copy the link and pay it forward to your social media site. Pay it forward to another Facebook group. Look, Tremaine's perfectly okay with that, okay? He's okay with that. You can pay this message forward, help another entrepreneur, bless someone else. Hit the share button. Hit the share button. If you're out there right now, hit the share button now. Let's help other entrepreneurs. That's what this is all about, the giver's economy. All right, Tremaine, as we come back in, take a moment and give us just one idea that someone that's listening right now can do to really have a proven business system.
Absolutely. Like I said, let's keep it basic for this conversation. Figure out who your target customer is, figure out what problem you're going to solve for that customer. And then I'm going to say something that most entrepreneurs don't like. Come up with a customer development strategy. What that is basically is getting out of the office, getting out of your head and going and talking to your customer. Go develop a relationship with them. Ask them questions about your business. Ask them if the ones that do patronize your business, why did they do it? Do surveys, talk to them. You need to get a relationship going with your customer. The official name for it is customer development. You can call it anything you want, but develop a customer development strategy where you're always in tune and talking to your customers, getting insights from them about why your business is successful or not successful. You'll learn that from your customers. You know, they'll tell you why they shop there. It's all about understanding the why for your customers. That's one thing that if you can consistently answer the question for why for your customers, you'll always be in business.
Wow. Can you maybe share a time where maybe you had to do that in your own business, or maybe you helped someone that did that in their business? Maybe a quick story to say, hey, this is where they were, and this is what we did. You know, don't give any names. I understand all that for privacy and so forth, but we're just curious. Like, you know, can you give an example for those folks who are like, wow, I need a client development. That's spot on. So you can give a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's tons and tons of examples. I'll do you one better. I had a recent client who was in the $5 million range, wanted to take it to 10 million, wanted to basically double their business or go to the next level in real estate, but was having high turnover. And this is about a 20-second story, Jay. Was having high turnover, low morale at her business, everything like that. And she didn't even want to be going to the business every day. So what we figured out is I asked her, I said, what's your mission? What's your why? Why do you come to work every day? And what it turns out is that the things that she wanted to do with her business, as far as empowering the community and doing things like that, her everyday business actions was contrary to that. She was in the real estate business. She specialized in REO, which is basically profiting off of people who are getting foreclosed on and things like that. What she wanted to do was empower the community, but her whole business was made up so that she was making money off of people who were suffering in their homes and real estate and things like that. She wanted to empower the community. Her business was set up to take homes from people. So those two things were misaligned. Her why was literally stopping her from doubling her business. Once she established her why, once she connected that to why she wanted to serve her customers and community, her business exploded.
Man, business exploded, man. That's cool. That's spot on. So you gave us one idea. Don't worry, he has more. Don't worry, for Greg Simpkins is out there, he has more. Don't worry. You're listening out there, Pam. He has more. What's up, Ome? She's out there, by the way. Look, doesn't matter what platform you're watching this on. Many of you watching it on different platforms. Some of you might be listening to the podcast. Some of you might be on Apple TV. Some of you are live with us right now in this present moment. Or if you're even if you're watching a replay, hit the share button. Hit the share button. When you hit that share button or you copy that link and you paste it forward, write those words, serve plus add value. Just put serve plus add value, because that's what Tremaine is doing right now, and he has more. So he gave you one idea. He said client development. Love it. But don't worry, he has more. What's another idea, a second idea that you may share with folks that are tuning in right now, that something that they can do in their business to help them have a proven business system?
Absolutely. So after you go through customer development, you always want to figure out what are you doing in your something that they call the value chain. I think a lot of times when people are developing their business out, they just want to throw things up against the wall, They haven't quite figured out what problem they're trying to solve with their solution. They're so busy building out the solution that they haven't figured out the problem. So one thing that entrepreneurs have to do is they have to figure out the problem that they're solving for their customers. Okay. So that's another nugget right there. Get deep into what problem you're solving for your target group of people. Most of the times those two things are misaligned. If you don't know what problem you're solving, you just think it's a good idea. Your mom thinks it's a good idea and your customer doesn't. That's not the recipe for a successful business.
I love it. Make sure you have what do you call it, the value chain?
Right. So not value chain, value proposition. I apologize.
Value proposition. So step number one, one step you said was client development. Another step you said was value proposition. Don't worry, I'm going to ask him one more. This is that. So I'm going to ask him a third one. By the way, he came to give. He came to serve. If you're a business owner, tune in, and you might know another business owners out there saying, this makes sense, and it makes sense. Like sense and sense. Get it? Sense and sense. And here's what I want to make sure. He keeps saying, hey, Shay, we're going to keep it simple, but never underestimate the power of the fundamentals. You do the fundamentals, and you will make money. You do the fundamentals, Absolutely. And you will help more folks. All right, give us one more, man. I appreciate you kind of giving it to us, so we certainly appreciate that. What's one more idea you have for the business owners that they can really be more successful in business?
Yes, absolutely. So after you develop who your clients are, you start getting into your customer development strategy. You figure out what problem you're going to solve here. Then the next thing you have to understand is that you want to tailor your business to serving that client. So it's all about service. You have to serve that client. A lot of times when we put these products and we put these services out there, we're just trying to get the money. But as you start developing your customer development strategy or building your customer development strategy, and you get locked in on what that problem is that you want to solve, then you can start bringing out the unique value that you're going to offer to the marketplace. You don't want to just be somebody just throwing things up against the wall. What unique value are you bringing to the table so that you can serve that customer and continue to get that feedback from them through your customer development strategy?
Love it. You have a book you just released called Start Here. And so you tell them exactly where to start. The book is called Start Here, The Proven Blueprint to Lasting Business Success. Tell us why you wrote the book, who the book is for, And why'd you write the book, and who should be really read this book?
Absolutely. So this book is really for entrepreneurs. I hate having an idea and not knowing what to do. That's how I started in business. There weren't any practical business books out there to just say, I mean, good gracious, I have an idea. What do I do tomorrow? What do I do next? There was no books out there. There was no podcast, no YouTube. Of course, this is 20 years ago. But, even today, the information that you're getting online, I mean, nobody's just saying, hey, you got an idea? Great. This is what you need to do right now. Everybody tells you need to start a social media channel and get all of these, followers on Twitter. None of that stuff is going to help you develop your idea out. So I wrote a fundamental book. I'm talking about the basics that would take your idea from in your head to the marketplace. You can literally launch your business after reading this book because it gives you all of the fundamentals. It tells you what you need to do tomorrow as an entrepreneur to help your business become better, no matter where you are in the business life cycle or where you are with your business. It doesn't matter. You can get value from reading this book.
Take a moment, if you would, and talk about the journey of writing the book. For someone that's out there right now, they're an entrepreneur, and they're like, wow, I'm curious. I mean, I'm going to get the book, got it, and we'll learn how to get that. And they might be wondering, God, what was his journey like? I mean, I know it's kind of another big question, but for entrepreneurs that are out there, they're like, wow, you can run a business, you can have a family, you can have peace of mind, and at the same time, you can talk about your big why and help other folks. So talk about the journey of writing this book and why you did it, because I know you didn't just do it just to have the book. You did it to serve more folks. They might think, oh, he just sat down, man. He got it all together. He just cranked that thing out, and he kept on moving. Talk a little about the journey so the person is listening to understand that, these principles you talk about, you're applying them as well.
Oh, man, I failed so many times over the last 20 years of starting businesses. And I just know that sometimes as an entrepreneur, you just feel like you're running in quicksand. You're giving it your all. Your legs are moving. You're churning. You're doing as much as you can. You're going to work 9 to 5. Then you're working on your business 6 to 12, sleeping 4 hours, and then getting up and doing it all over again. And you just feel like you're not making progress and you don't know what to do next. I have been in that position, and I want to empower entrepreneurs today to give them some direction on what they can do right now to start being successful with their business, to start developing their ideas. I just know what it feels like to be an entrepreneur that has an idea, knows that they see something, because that's the instincts about an entrepreneur. They know they see it, but they don't know how to actually bring it to market. What do I do with this idea right now? And that's what this book is all about. I teach entrepreneurship at Howard University and at Prince George's Community College, which is a community college, of course, in our county. And a lot of the students, they come to me and saying, man, I got this idea, and your class is literally taking me to the next level. Now I know how to launch my business, So that's what this journey is about now. It's about empowering entrepreneurs and businesses to be successful with the information that they need right now. That's why it's called Start Here.
Love it, man. What do you enjoy most about teaching and what you're doing every single day? Because you have the benefit of not only teaching it, but you're still in the field every day. You got your sleeves rolled up. You're in the trenches. Yeah. You're not just in the chocolate factory somewhere pontificating. You're out there real time and with students. So what do you enjoy most about it? I know we're getting to another segment. We got a segment we're about to start in a moment. But, folks, you can't just leave us hanging. Yeah, well, I teach over at Howard University. I teach over at this community college. And not tell us what you enjoy about it, man.
You know what? I enjoy business myself. I run an investment consulting company and also strategy development alongside that. And I work with businesses all the time, such as United Negro College Fund, their client. I work with like Wells Fargo and have done work with like Royal Bank of Canada. So I work with some of the big guns, but I also work with small businesses. The most gratifying part for me, I got to be honest, is not even the one that makes you the most money, but teaching these students, these young 20, 21-year-olds, 19-somethings that have great ideas and really think that they can change the world. I'll give you one quick example. I had a student 3 years ago, and he's kept in contact with me. I'm now about to start a $5 million raise for his AI company that he started. And this was, and I met him 3 years ago in one of my classes. 3 years later, I'm about to put together a $5 million raise for his artificial intelligence company.
Wow, man, that is super cool, super impressive. For those folks that are out there, by the way, that are tuned in, thank you so much for watching. We certainly appreciate it. We're moving to a segment that we call, which is one of our core beliefs. It's one of our philosophies. And one of our core beliefs is today is my January 1st. In fact, if you know what I'm about to do, you can look right below the video. You can write those words right now. Today is my January 1st. That's right, today. Today is my January 1st. And for those folks out there that are wondering, what in the LL Cool J is Shay even talking about over there? Well, today is my January 1st represents not the date on the calendar, but it represents any time we make a decision, we create a January 1st moment because it could change the trajectory of our life. And there's probably 1,000 decisions you make throughout the day, and any one of them could shift where you are. So, for example, you make a decision you're going to work out. That's a January 1st moment. Or you're going to binge watch Netflix or Hulu or Prime Video, a January 1st moment. You decide you're going to eat hamburgers and French fries with salt and pepper and some ketchup and some hot sauce. My son's got to have hot sauce, by the way. Or you open up the refrigerator and there's some kale in there. Oh, that tastes so good. There's some Brussels sprouts. I know it gets better. It gets better. There's some carrots. That's a January 1st. So today is my January 1st. Represents a fresh start. Start over. It represents a do-over. It means my past no longer equals the future. My question to Tremaine is, you're listening, and many of you are writing, today is my January 1st. When you hear those words, Tremaine, today is my January 1st, what goes through your mind?
Man, I love the sentiment behind today is my January 1st, man. That means that this is your opportunity to start fresh. Start right now. You know, you don't have to wait in order to go out and do something. I'm trying to give you the tools. Of course, my book has the tools, but what I want you to do is get moving as an entrepreneur. Don't sit back anymore. That idea that you have in your mind, or that idea that you have written down on a notepad that nobody knows about, that idea is going to create jobs in our community. It is going to bring value to the people who are around you. Start that idea today. And I want to give you the tools to be able to do that. But the whole idea is start now, start today, get that idea out of your head and into the marketplace. Somebody is waiting for it.
I love it. For those folks that are tuned in right now, they may be wondering, wow, this makes sense. I mean, I love what I'm hearing. What type of clients does Tremaine work with these days? I don't know if his firm takes any clients, to be honest with you. And second, how can they best connect with you? So it's a two-part question. As he's answering that question, as you're watching and listening right now, hit the share button. I always say kind of pay the message forward. Help another entrepreneur, help another business owner. Maybe you're like, well, it's not really for me. I got this, but there's someone else out there you know that could benefit just from the message this evening that would help them, or this morning or this afternoon or whatever time it is for you, whenever you're watching or you're paying attention. All right, over to you, Tremaine. Tell them what type of clients does your firm work with? And then number two, how can they best connect with you?
Yes. So my clientele right now is really the sweet spot for me is really early stage companies, specifically in the technology and I do some stuff in real estate, but really in the technology space. But all entrepreneurs of all different business disciplines can benefit from the framework, the Start Here framework that I put together. So I really have been working with businesses that are early stage companies and startups in any discipline. As far as the investing side of my business, I really focus heavily on tech. And where they can find me, you can just go straight to the website. It's my name, TremainDavis.net. That's TREMAIN Davis.net. So www.TremainDavis.net.
Yeah, I love it. I love what you're doing. We're going to a segment now called Rapid Fire. And Rapid Fire is we get to ask any question that's on our mind, and you and I get to have a conversation. And I love Rapid Fire. Of course, I love all the segments, and I wouldn't do them, would I? But I really love this. For those folks out there like Daryl Mack that's watching, my good man Ortez is out there watching right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. So many folks that are tuning in, man. We appreciate you. No matter what platform you're on, thank you so much. And all those hit the share button, thank you. One of the questions I like to ask, Tremaine, is of all the mentors you had on this journey of life, and you've had so many mentors, by the way, what's one lesson you've learned from any of your mentors that you could pass along to us? We may never meet your mentor, but we get the lesson. We get the lesson. You at home, you lean in. All y'all, just lean in because he's about to help you right now.
I'll tell you one lesson that I've heard from multiple mentors. So I won't be able to pick just one, but I'll tell you the one that's been sort of a common thread amongst a lot of them, which is invest in yourself. It sounds kind of cliche, but investing in yourself is the best investment you could ever make. You should always be learning. So if you have a passion about something, or you are starting a business in a certain area, learn as much as you can learn about it. And I'm gonna give you one more tidbit of where you can find the information on all of the things that you want to learn about. Good old-fashioned YouTube University. So as you're driving to work and somebody is paying you in that 9 to 5, as you're driving to work, turn YouTube on, learn something every day about your passion, learn something every day about your industry, learn something every day about your business. Every day you should learn something new about your passion, about your business, about the space that you're trying to go into, about your ideas.
Man, I love it. You know, you have so many books behind you, by the way. It's kind of unfair question to ask a teacher or a professor. Like, man, you read so many books. Gee, Moniz, it's kind of unfair. And you wrote a book. But, you know, is there one book that's top of mind? You got to take the Bible and put that in the category by itself, okay? And you can't use, like, Think and Grow Rich. That's another sphere. And all those, like, of all the books, like, you know what, Jay? All of them had a difference. It's not any one, but this is the one I want to share right now. And you listening, by the way, you get to be in his personal library, where his Audible books or books that he has on his shelf. Let's find out one of the books that's inspired him and why. So please share that with us.
Absolutely. I'm gonna get it right off of the shelf, and I keep it right here. It's one of my faves, actually. It's by a guy named Simon Sinek. It's called Start with the Why. Start with the Why is all about business owners starting with the why, understanding the why for all of their stakeholders. And the only thing a stakeholder is just whoever's engaging with your company. So it could be your customers, could be your investors, could be your board members, could be your employees. You are a stakeholder. So starting with the why is really identifying the why of everybody who's engaging with your business. If you consistently understand why people are engaging with your business, why people are coming to work for you, why you get up and go to work every day, why you dedicate your time to your business, that is a recipe for success. You want to start with the why in everything that you do. So that book, Start with the Why, by a guy named Simon Sinek, is an awesome book. Definitely a read that I would recommend for people.
Good. You know, when you're thinking about mentors that you want to work with, and someone's listening right now, like, gosh, I wonder what's one or two characteristics he looks for when he's looking for someone to be mentored. I mean, we're always learning. I guess if the question's asked, when do you stop learning? The obvious answer is we never stop learning. That's how I would answer it. I never stop learning. So when you're looking at mentors and someone is listening right now, it's like, yeah, how does he go about selecting a mentor? What's one characteristic or two characteristics that Tremaine looks for that I should be looking for as well? What's one or two characteristics that you would mention that you look for in a mentor?
Yeah, absolutely. So people who are functioning at a very high level, what I mean by that is people who are able to get more out of their 24 hours than I'm able to get out of it. I think I'm pretty efficient with my time, but of course I can get even more efficient. But when I think about people who I have had as mentors and they're running $50 million companies, $100 million companies, and trust me, I know those people. I'm still awed and amazed at how much they can get out of 24 hours in a day. And I'm still trying to get to that level. I mean, running $1 million business is one thing. I mean, I've done that, do that, but running a 50 or $100 million business, that's a whole nother thing. And I really am impressed with people who can do that. And I learn from them every day. They take my call. God, I'm blessed that they take my call and are able to share things with me. But that's the thing about relationships that we talked about earlier, Shay. So having a relationship with them has been able to be a blessing for my business as well.
Sure. You know, imagine that we're inside the classroom. I'm just curious, and when the students ask question, one of the questions has to come up, and it might be they don't have to be a student. Now, here's the good news: you could be in your 30s, you could be in your 40s, you could be in your 50s, you could be just getting started in your 60s, and you might have the same question, like, man, when they're there thinking, man, somebody's already doing this. This market is so full. I mean, I don't have anything new to offer, so why should I even get into business when so many people are already doing this? What do you say to encourage them or say, you know, what do you say to them? I'm just curious. As the professor is sitting in there and they're saying, wow, it's a crowded field out there. Why do I get involved?
There's always a way to be unique in a certain space. No business has reached its final plateau. So, I mean, business is always evolving. Business is always changing. We thought that business was a certain way until Facebook came out. We thought business was a certain way until, Amazon came out. Like, business can always change. It doesn't matter who you are. Blockbuster thought they were on top of the world until Netflix came out. I mean, it can always change. It doesn't matter the industry that you want to go into. You can always find a unique angle that you can enter that marketplace and do something that everybody else isn't doing.
I love it, by the way. I love it. For those folks that are out there, you're listening to the one and only Tremaine. We're coming down the home stretch. And so I'm curious, what do you do for fun, man? When you're not out saving the world and doing all this cool stuff, what does Tremaine do for fun?
I actually enjoy traveling, Che. So that's been a real downer for me because of the coronavirus. So I've had to be more of a homebody than I normally am used to.
Yeah, where was one of the places? Where was one of your favorite places to travel? We're just all curious. You can't leave us on the edge and say, "Well, I love traveling, and I love all the places I've been to." But here's one that's top of mind to me, and here's why. They want to know. We want to know. You can't leave us, man.
Absolutely. I think. Let me see. My favorite place that I've ever traveled, I would have to say, is Spain. I went to Madrid, Spain. I was there, and I mean, the countryside there is beautiful. The people are friendly. The food is delicious. I've been to some other great places in the world, but I've really enjoyed it there. And I didn't even speak the language, and they didn't treat me bad because of it.
Oh man, that is so cool, man. So cool. Hopefully soon we'll get a chance to get back on that plane and visit places and spaces outside of where we live. The world's much bigger than right here in the area. Okay, well, I want to turn over to you, man. First, let me say thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We appreciate you, appreciate the time. The one thing we know is you can always make more money, but you can't make more time, right? You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. And you give us the most precious resource you have, which is your time. So thank you so much. We really appreciate that. I want to turn over to you, man, to have your final thoughts, your final comments. First, tell the folks again how they can best connect with you, because that's very important.
Absolutely.
And then go ahead and share your final thoughts to encourage and inspire. And for those folks out there, thank you for tuning in so far. And Matthew Horn, thanks for connecting us and putting us together, man, being a connector and making the relationships work. Over to you, my man.
Absolutely. Again, big shout out to Matthew Horn. But you can find me on my website, www.TremainDavis.net. That's TREMAIN, Davis.net. Very easy. My name, TremainDavis.net. Or you can hit me on Instagram. I am Tremaine. You can DM me there, follow me, DM me, and all of that good stuff. Always dropping new videos to empower entrepreneurs. My final thought would be to just do it. Nike said it best, Jay. Just do it. Get out of your head, get out of the office, get out of your house, just go start that business. Go start here. And I gave Simon Sinek a plug in his book. I'm gonna raise mine up.
I was wondering when that was coming.
Today. Yeah. I plug Simon Sinek in his book. I got to plug my own book. Start here. Start today. We need your business. We need you to go out and start these new ideas. If you think that there's a Goliath in your industry and you think that you are the David that can knock them out, you can do it these days. Be confident. Be empowered that tonight I'm telling you, you can go do it. I have started multiple businesses and invested in multiple businesses over the last 20 years. I've seen them come and I've seen them go. And I'm telling you, you can have an idea in a garage, you can go disrupt a whole industry. Or you can just have a side hustle that can help feed your family. Either way, you need to start today, start right now, bringing that business out of your mind and into the market. Start with my book, though. Start here. That'll give you the blueprint to how to do it.
That'll give you the blueprint. Go there. Go get the book. Start here. For all of you out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want you to know as you're watching that you're incredible. You're amazing. You've already got greatness inside you. And today is your January 1st. You can start your business now. Today is your January 1st. You can fill your programs. You can sell your products. And more importantly, today is your January 1st. You can scale the business. He talked about that a little bit. You can still scale and you can still get to another level. With that being said, let me say thanks so much for tuning in. Put your sunglasses on right now because the future, I believe, is very, very bright. And for you, the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. With that being said, my name for those folks that care is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make a good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember, time is so long. Life, on the other hand, is very, very short. So you got to live in the moment and you got to make it count. God bless me. Wish you success. Thanks a lot, Tremaine. We appreciate you. Thank all of you for joining. Thank you, Matt. We're out of here. Peace. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless.